So for the purpose of today's webinar, we're in our test club. So you'll notice when you come on as a club official, if you're a new club official, you'll notice you'll have two options here when you log in. So you'll have your own normal user account with your own memberships, and then you'll have a club user account with access to your club and all the club information there. For club officials, if it's your first time, you'll notice that when you log in, because you have access to all the membership data, you'll be required to have two-factor authentication on your login. For this to be set up, all the instructions are on screen with step-by-step to do it when you log in. But if you're ever having any issues or need anything reset, you can just email support@eventmaster. Or if you've changed phones or anything like that, we can help you there. So yeah, from the very get-go, in your club profile, you'll have your dashboard. Obviously our test one is just a test one, so obviously your numbers might be a lot bigger than this. So yeah, you just have your dashboard overview of your active and inactive members, your club funds, and your financial settings. So for this one, we're just going to go through all the sections of the membership platform. So in the very first one is your club profile. So in this section here, you'll have your club general information. And a very useful thing here, so you have options to add in a club logo, a club image, a custom color for your club, if any clubs have a website or if they have any links to a shop that sells your club gear or anything like that, you can populate all this in here. The reason this is here is because you actually have a club public page. So again, this might be useful for any clubs that don't actually have a website, and maybe you just use Facebook for your members. If you click on the link here to your club, oh sorry, this is our test one, so it won't be here. So just to show you, so if you go on to the membership.athleticsIreland.ie and go on to find a club, this is where all the club public pages are. So if we just pick a random one here, so if a person's coming on to join, this is how they could find your club. Um, and they can search by county, region, the club type. And when they open up the club page, they'll see the club logo. If you have one, the banner image, the link to your website or any of the gear. So anything that you've populated in your club profile, this will all be pulled in here for you by default. I think this is one of the recent updates throughout this year is that your any permanent events you have on the platform are pulled in here by default as well. So you have your own calendar. And if you have your social media platforms connected, there's a preview of your social media feeds in here as well. Um, oh, sorry. No, you should do that again. So here we go. So yeah, this is your club profile section. Again, so you can customize this, or you can choose not to. If you have a blank, it'll just be the default Athletics Ireland logo and banner image that's in there for you. Um, for the membership settings, so this is where you would control your club products and your discounts. So a common query I think that comes in is to do with club membership in regards to families and having discounted rates for families. So we can go through that in this session as well as a refresher. So all your club products here, they are just individual products. So they only issue one Life Reg ID, so it's one membership. So for example, you couldn't have a product here that says, two junior or two senior memberships. Um, so in the product section, you can add in your new products. We can go through that here now as well. Obviously, we have a load of test ones here too, so you can always go in and edit these also. So if I click on add new product, you have your product name, This can be whatever you want. It's visible from the kind of the front end. So when members are coming on to join new, or for any renewals, this is what they'll see as well in the product name. For the category, it's juvenile and senior. For the price, again, this can be whatever you would like. Um, this doesn't. This is the price is just the price for the club component. So for the club products, the Athletics Ireland Federation fee is taken separately, so you never need to factor that into your pricing model, essentially. For the fees, these can be added or absorbed. So just for the transaction for the platform, I think it's 4.5%, including the bank charge. So you can choose to add that on for members or absorb it. So say if you have €20 in for your club membership, the fee will be added on, and the €20 goes directly to you in real time. Or if it's absorbed, you'll still get the funds in real time. It will just take the transaction charge away from that amount. It's important to note actually by default, it's obviously it's 2024. The system will be reopening for 2025 in the next few weeks. So this will obviously be 2025 for you as well. By default as well, your products will be there, on all your old settings when you reaffiliate for this year. So just in case you're, worried about having to create new products and do it all over again, all that information will be there for you. So this is more so if by chance you do want to set up a new different product, or all the same functions are here as well for editing products as well. So I'll just do senior 18 to 21-year-olds, categories senior, we'll do a year. For your online selling date, so again, once we reopen for 2025, you'll have your different options here as well. So for example, you might want to start your renewals really early, November, December, or wait till the new year, and have all the renewals then as well. So it's up to yourself what time you want to start, allowing members to renew their memberships. So obviously we're close to the end of the year now, so we'll just do these ones for the online sale dates. If by chance actually you are at capacity, for maybe juvenile members in the club or senior members in the club, just controlling your online sale dates is an easy way to stop any more people being able to book that particular type of membership, so it won't be available there. And then you can, again, any kind of ages, you can add these in as well. It's important actually, if you are doing age restrictions, it's always best to have them in the product name as well, just so members know from the get-go. And then as well, if you have a set quantity that you need to restrict on certain membership types, you can do this here as well. So I'll just save this one. You'll notice, depending on the online sale dates, you'll see the active option here. So that is if the product is currently available for members based on those dates you set there. I think we have one or two in the. Can I please inquire how to resend the request payment link to a new member who is transferred into the club but whose membership has not yet been fully finalised? The potential new member's details are currently in the member's approval in payment section. Yeah, I don't have any in this particular test club there, Dermot, but what I can do is after the call, I can go in and get that link for you instead and send you the guide. And again, if it's useful for anyone else, I can send that out after the call. I just don't have any live data in this particular club to show you accurately, essentially, for the members' approval. When does it reopen for 2025? Um, Tim, do we have exact dates from Athletics Ireland yet on the reopening date?
Yeah, it's going to reopen on the 27th of November.
Okay, perfect. Um, so I'm sure anyway, Athletics Ireland will be sending out their own communications in terms of the dates for the reopening and everything as well. Um, in terms of another kind of common query with the certain type of products, sometimes clubs will put in a coach product or products that have that are complimentary, so they're totally free. Um, you can do this, but just in terms of an admin perspective and managing, uh, you know, people not booking that particular membership type if they're not actually a club or shouldn't have a complimentary entry. Uh, what I'll show you in the next section as well, you can actually override prices for new members and as well for existing members. So I think the most common one is for coaches. So if you're renewing a particular coach, I might actually just jump out now and show you guys. Um, so for the renewal, it looks the very same for the renewals and for the new membership once you get to the checkout stage anyway. But just in terms of say renewals, you would look up the coach in the member section. So we'll just pretend Joe Blogs here is our coach. We're going to click on renew, select the particular product types we would like there. So again, you wouldn't need a specific coach product type. They would just be like a senior member. All the existing details that they have on their account already is pre-populated for you, so you don't need to get this information again. And you'll notice here, so again, it's the very same. This is a renewal, but it's the same for the new members before you send them the payment link to once their membership has been application has been approved. There's always this button here at the checkout that has override price. So essentially, this is where you can set it as complimentary or override the price. So even if you want to charge coaches, €5 or have, a very heavily discounted um, product, you just click on set the price amount, click on override price, and you'll notice there that just updated for me now. So once I get to that stage, this is just one renewal type. In terms of if you just want to renew specific people, this is particularly useful again if you are trying to override pricing. So it could be another example where a family wants to register an extra child, and you want to discount that additional child entry for them. This would be a good way to do that then as well. So just in terms of once we get to this stage, you have a few different options just to show you at the checkout. So you can add another membership here. If you click on send order, this essentially will, I'll just go here, we can always go back. You can send the payment link to an email address. So this is one option. So if you just want to send the payment link by email to the person, it's the send order button. If you click on proceed to checkout, it will basically bring you to input card details. So this might be handy if, for example, they're standing in front of you and wanting to renew and they have their card, or maybe they're renewing over the phone for some reason and they want to pay that way. And another option we've added as well this year is copy payment link. So basically, if you click on this button here, it will give you a link. So for example, if you want to just send copy and paste this and send it to them by WhatsApp or send it in a text message, again, it can be a handy, really quick and easy way for people to pay their memberships as well. So again, in this instance, it's just for renewing specific individual members. What we'll cover as well in this session is bulk renewals and how you'd go about sending out all the renewal invites to your current members. So don't worry about how you don't have to do all this for all, over 100 members or whoever members are in your club. So just to go back to our club profile section, And in the membership settings, the next section down here is the group discounts. Um, so for the group discounts, you'll see here we have multiple ones. You can edit and delete them at any time as well. If you need help setting them up, we're always here. And as well, there's lots of user guides in this particular area as well. So let's just create a new one from scratch just to see, you can see the layout. The best way to do your discounts, you have two options. You can do it by category or by product. The best way to do it, obviously, we have multiple different types here. Uh, Most times, it's going to be a mix of juvenile and senior, or say you want to have a discount for, say, four juvenile memberships. Um, so depending on what, and say one, so this would be like a family of five with one adult, essentially. So you have, it'll automatically calculate what the total amount should be, for the that particular grouping of products. But you can decide, I'm going to give like a €10 discount on this order. So the final club price is actually 50 euros instead. So you have full control over this. This is a more automated system, but it just means that, say, if I log into the system and all, say, myself and my four kids' memberships are all under my account, and I click on renew, I'll automatically be paying that €50, and I won't need a discount. I won't need the price to be overridden because I'm doing it all in the one transaction. Um, so I hope that makes sense. Uh, to set up the products now for 2025. Yeah, Martin, for the setting up of the products, your ones from 2024 will be drafted in there by default. So once the affiliation is open, essentially for it, um, the actually I don't think, even if you wanted to go in and add in products now and just keep your online sale dates to, earlier this year, just so no one like can go on and renew a membership before the date, if you want to close it off. If you did want to set up any kind of practice products, you could do it in there. But I'd say just set the online sale times to say, a date that's already passed, just so you know they won't actually be active. And then at least you'll have a draft there ready if you are keen on getting the product set up early before 2025. At least the draft will still be there in your 2024 products, for going forward. And then as well for the discounts, these can be set up now as well. So that is those. I think we might have some a small number of clubs that are on the call as well that might not actually be using the full system for the club memberships. So again, I guess for those here, it might look slightly different for you. You'll only be able to add in your club products. There's one extra step you need in the financial settings. You need to connect to a Stripe account. It is free to set one up, and I think the only documentation they require once it's set up, following the guide in the section here, would be that you just need a photo ID essentially for it, and a bank account to connect the Stripe account to. So yeah, it'll look different for you guys. But if your Stripe isn't connected, you'll see a big connect with Stripe button here. And then you'll see the options in here to be able to add products once you do have a Stripe connection sorted there. Perfect. So your club officials, again, these will be kind of done for you at the affiliation stage. There's a small difference going forward as well. So you'll notice now there is a Life Reg ID for club officials and essentially for any kind of smaller clubs, there's a duplicate role option. So say if your chairperson is the same person as your child welfare officer or any other role that you have in it, you can just pick what other email you want to associate with that membership. So again, it's very straightforward as before, just the person's first name, last name, their email address and life reg ID and a contact phone number as well as their um, position in the club. The no new membership comms, if any club officials don't want to receive those automated alerts where a new person joins the club, this is the button that you'd tick there um, to manage those. Oh, sorry. Just close out this. We won't change anything. Um, we actually have an upcoming webinar as well on club fundraising. So again, you have access to free fundraising through the system now as well. And I think that session is in December. So again, we'll have a full session on that because there is it's quite easy, but there's a load of features in there that we think you'll find really beneficial as well, like step challenges, and you can get donations all year round, have fundraising pages. There's a few clubs that have been using this throughout the year as well and been able to fund, trips and going to European championships and things like that. Um, in the club actions trail, then you can see all the changes that have been made. So you'll see here I've been doing, the different changes here from the session. So you have kind of full visibility in terms of what's changed in the club and who has changed it. Okay, don't think we've any other. Oh, there's one question in the Q&A. If a member decides not to renew for the following year, the link they have received is still allowing to register 2 years later. Something this age group can be full. The link only allows to members to register for 2025. Um, that's I think the links, I'd need to double check with the engineers, and I think Tim, you might recall from earlier in the year as well, but those links are now, I think, only valid for, I think, a week, or it could even be 48 hours. So again, there is a smaller window there now for those payment links. But yeah, definitely it wouldn't be for 2 years.
Yeah, I think it's a month now, Leanne.
Oh, okay, perfect. Um, How do we set up new administrators for the club, and will they get two-factor authentication information? Yeah, sorry, Josephine. Yeah, we just went through that one there. So in the club profile, you have your club officials. So this is set up during the when you go in to re-affiliate the club for 2025. You'll see the club official section here, and if you want to add a new club official, if there's the after the affiliation stage, you click on the assign club official button, and again it's the very same form, just their first name, last name, email, life reg ID, and their phone number that you can fill in. So they'll automatically get access to the system with the email that you've put in there for them, so they can log in instantly through there. For the two-factor authentication, this is all automatic as well. So as soon as they log into the system for the first time, they'll see a pop-up on screen with the steps on how to do the two-factor authentication. So again, it's very straightforward. They just need the Google Authenticator app, and they'll be given the 6 digits to log in. So in terms of setting it up, it's just they'll see the QR code on screen to scan it and so on. But again, there's full instructions with the steps on screen, so they should have everything they need in terms of the two-factor there with them to get it done, in about like 1 or 2 minutes. Again, any issues with two-factor or anyone needs any help, just to get in touch with us and we can do it over the phone with you, or reset anything if there's anyone who's changed the phone, or things like that as well. For the club members, by default, you'll see all your members in here based on the date that they've registered. You'll see your active members first in green, and then your lapsed members in red. So at the start of January, if your renewals haven't started yet, then you'll have, everyone will be red automatically. Uh, like we just shown you there for the club members, you have the renew option next to those particular members who have lapsed. And for any kind of existing members as well, the view button essentially just lets you edit any information. So I think we find that as well for even any kind of juvenile members, they want to change their medical conditions or emergency contact information. You have full access to do this in here as well. Um, in case there's any members actually who have transferred over to you, I think we're gone past the transfer window now, but just in terms of if anyone has queries here, the membership summary section, this will show you the membership products that they have, and essentially you'll see the button there to add a club product to a member if they don't have one for whatever reason once they transfer through and say haven't paid the club component for your club. This is where you could control that here as well. So the membership summary just shows you their federation payments and their club payments as well. Yeah, perfect. So those are the club members. We have no unpaid club members. At the minute, again, this is another section where you can assign club products to members who don't have club products assigned to them. Or you can, I think, for any clubs that don't use the system fully, you have a manual step here in terms of marking club members as paid once they if you're using other payment collection methods for club membership, you would need instead of them going through the system fully, this is where you'd need to do mark them as paid manually. One of that and one of the benefits of kind of using the system fully is that that's all streamlined for you. So as soon as that person renews, they can automatically, enter events and not have the 1 day license applied. And there's very little admin on your side there in terms of trying to manage multiple systems. For orders, you can come in here and you can search by name, LifeReg ID. You can see all the payments that have come through for your club. You can view them. Everyone will receive a receipt, a confirmation email anyway. But in case anyone can't find it or wants a new one, you can download receipts or resend confirmation emails then as well. You can also see, I don't know if we have any orders sent for payment. No, at the minute. In the report section, so you'll have a full overview here, very similar to your first dashboard. Your registered versus unregistered, the breakdown of juvenile and seniors. And in the section here, then this is where you download your members report. So this will basically pull down all the more detailed information that are in that's in everyone's profile. So for example, if you wanted a list of everyone's address or mobile number, you just download this for Excel file here to get all the details in one. You won't need to go through each member through the system. For the financial details report, this will just give you an overview of all the payments done to your club. So if your treasurer is looking to cross-reference anything with the funds that have been sent to the Stripe account, the financial details report then will show the transaction reference number for each payment, so you can cross-reference everything. So optionally, you can do it by specific dates. So if they want to look at, how many renewals and how much revenue was generated in all of November, all of December, all of January. They can just do the to and from dates. Or if you just click on the Excel without choosing the date, it will just pull all the data for 2024 for you. And then you have your transfers report then. So it's members coming in and then members going out as well. For the members for renewal, or for the members for any new members. So for any clubs that want to restrict any additional members or want to fully control members coming into their club, this is default. So if anyone comes on to the Find a Club page and wants to join your club, they can. There's an approval process, so they'll apply to join. You'll see their name and their details here, and the actions are either approve or deny. So if you approve the membership, they'll automatically get an email with a payment link to pay the club component fee and the federation component, so they can become a fully active member, essentially. For any members that you have approved, they will be in the members approval in payment section. Again, I think based on the query earlier, I'll send out a guide after this that show this kind of area, and in terms of like resending any payment links, and this one here. For the waitlist option, if your club is full, so this is another option in the new members for approval. So instead of approving or denying it, you could add the person to the waitlist. So again, you can contact them, and they can become a full member, if a space does open up. Transfers, we have none. Again, I think there is kind of rarely any queries on the transfer process, in terms of, you can see the transfers coming in and transfers going out. And if you want to look at any archive transfers, then there's this button down here, and you can see, obviously it's our test club, it's very minimal data, but if that's of interest to anyone as well, we can send on that information. So I think the transfer window is closed now, but it'll be open in for spring next year. Just to clarify. Oh yeah, so for the renewal email invites, yes, that's correct. The link for members to pay will expire in 1 month.
Can I just jump in on that there, Leanne?
Yeah.
So the link that expires after a month is actually the payment link sent to new members joining. So when the renewal email goes out, I'll have to double check about that link. I think Martina's right there. I'm not sure it expires so soon. But just on Martina's earlier point as well, say for example, if I was a member of the test club in 2023 and I didn't renew in 2024, I could log into my Athletics Ireland account and renew again for 2025, even without receiving the link. So if I was a club official trying to stop that from happening, you might be able to show it on your screen there, Leanne. If you pull up a test member, and you can disable the renewals in Manage My Membership. So that's how you would prevent those members rejoining again after not being a member the previous year. Yeah, if you scroll down to at the bottom of that page, Leanne, it's the first checkbox. But yeah, I'm not sure if that answers your query, Martina, but you feel free to reach out and I can explain it further if that helps. And actually, I've seen another question in there, Leanne, about the affiliation fee. So that's remaining at €150. Now, someone in Athletics Ireland might be better placed to answer that query, but that goes back to the AGM back in April. So I think one motion was to increase the members, the juvenile and senior membership products up by, I think it's €6.50 each. So but the affiliation for the club is remaining at 150. That's not increasing to 500.
Thanks for that, Tim. Yeah, and we can probably pass on some of the queries as well to the office in Athletics Ireland as well after the webinar too. For the permit applications, again, we'll have the full webinar on permits on the 6th of November. But this is just a very quick overview. You come in here and basically manage all your permit applications and see the status of them then as well. So all the club officials, you should have an alert sent to you if there's a permit pending that needs to be approved. For the multi-renewal, this is also a really handy renewal tool, particularly for any kind of families or particularly, a group that wants to renew together. This basically you can tick individual members, or if you want to select all of the members, you just tick this box here. So for these ones, say if you just want to say pick these two, we're gonna click on renew selected members. You're gonna select their membership product you want linked to their membership. Again, this is where you'll see the override option as well if that's needs to be done for whatever reason. Again, this is one of the more manual renewal options if there's just a particular group that wants to renew together. For this one, the difference is, so say these, two or however many members in this section, they could have all different email addresses, so might not be able to renew together in the one transaction by themselves. So basically you can just send the order here to the email address that's linked to it, or a new email address, or like we've seen before, you can copy the payment link and send them that manually. So that's just another renewal option if there's 2, 3, 4, 5 members that want to renew all into one transaction together. And then I think the very other more important thing that we'll show you for the session today in the communication section. So this at the very top of your screen next to the welcome message, you have your email renewal invites option. So in here, this is where you would send out a bulk email to all members to renew. So this would be a key for everyone for coming into the system reopening for 2025. So if you again click on the very top box up here, it'll automatically select all the lapsed members. By default, it will show them for the previous year. So again, you'll notice that when the system reopens for 2025, you'll have a lot more, all your members will be available for selection here in terms of the renewal. And essentially, yeah, we're just going to click on proceed. You have the option to add in a custom message to members. So this is just in addition to the link that they'll receive. So I'm just going to click on preview template here. Again, this is another new improvement to the system this year. So you'll notice that the emails are all individual. So everyone will get their own separate renewal invite sent to them specifically. And it'll be unique to them. So this is I'll just say, training is on Wednesdays. So basically you'll see this, so I'll just click on preview template again. So your message, your custom message will appear as the first thing in that email. And then by default, it'll pull in your club banner, your club logo, and you have this default message then. So they'll all have their own details with their name, their life reg ID, and their link to renew for their membership. So again, you would just need to select all the members in bulk, the system will automatically pull all their individual emails, all their individual links. The custom message is optional, but it might be handy for any kind of WhatsApp groups or any kind of training, or just like a nice welcome back message for 2025. And you can send it straight away by clicking on send now, or you can send at a particular date. So you'll just choose whatever date. So if you want to schedule it to go out, say on the 1st of January, to say Happy New Year, that you can send that out then essentially. Um, so as soon as you hit send, or if you hit the schedule button like I did, you'll be in your log. So like you'll see that this is scheduled for the 1st of January, and these are the people who are going to get that email in it. If you're unsure of anything, or if you want to check that any renewal invites have already been sent or are scheduled, you'll find this information in the view invite logs button here. So you'll see the one that we just added in here. So the 4 members are scheduled to go out in it. Or if ones have already been sent, they'll have a complete status. So for any scheduled ones, you can click on view and you'll see the detail in that section then as well. Perfect. I don't think we have any other perfect. Is there any other queries or any kind of information that anyone would like us to cover in the session? If not, I think we have oh, I think there's one coming in now. Is there an option to allow members to pay in installments? Example, if €200 membership can be paid €100 this month and €100 next month. That is actually a common request, John. It's actually down, it came up on our previous webinar as well, and we've asked Athletics Ireland, but it's actually to do with the Constitution. So essentially, a member isn't recognised as being a registered member of Athletics Ireland until they are fully paid. So in terms of those instalments, unless they've paid the full amount, then they're not essentially fully registered on the system, and so that would be the reason for the installment option not being there. Siobhan, can I check if group discounts, family discounts automatically apply when sending out the renewal invites? Yes, they will, Siobhan, as long as the family so say if I log in with my Leanne at eventmaster.ie email address to the system, and I can see me and my 4 kids all in that in the membership section. So if I have access to those 5 memberships within my login, and I renew all of them in the same transaction, the discount will be automatic. But if you have, say, one child has their own membership in a different email, or they're logging in and managing it themselves, or there's if there's multiple email addresses linked to the membership, for families, you can do the multi-renew option instead. So over here, it's the second last option from the bottom. So say this is me and then my 4 kids. You would select the family together, because you'll see we all have different email addresses, and click on renew selected members, and then you can override the price for them manually instead of if the discount isn't automatically applying. I hope this answers the question. Perfect. Yeah, I think we might have gone slightly over time. But again, if there's any other questions, we do have the full support area as well. So in the just to show you from the The front end, so in your club user section, you have user guides available from the front end, and then you also have user guides in at the very bottom here. So this brings you to our support area. So you have transfer window information, member user guides if there's any particular members. There's a full section for member user guides here. You have the club admin user guides here. So these are currently being updated as well. So you have getting started, the basics, renewals. So there's all step-by-step guides as well as videos in here as well for all the different areas. Um, but yeah, again, if there's any kind of additional if there's any other additional information that you need, definitely let us know and we can make any kind of other different support resources that you think would be that would be useful. Um, Perfect. We might leave it here for today, so and the recording for this should be going out tomorrow or Friday, and it'll be available then, and you'll see all the other membership webinar series bookings available there. So we have the permits one next month, then we have fundraising, and we're going to do a repeat of this session in January as well. So, just in case anyone wants to pop back on for another refresher, or if you do come up have any kind of queries or questions throughout the reaffiliation stage or when we reopen for 2025, just pop us an email and we can help you out. Or again, if there's any kind of general queries, you can kind of come on the webinar then again in January as well. So yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for joining, and we'll hopefully be chatting to you all soon.